What's the reason you have been banned from an establishment such as a shop / bad / restaurant / cafe / etc.?
Got banned from the mall when I was younger because I wore an inappropriate shirt that I bought in the mall.
Was banned from a mall arcade when I was a kid for holding all the whack-a-moles down.
Also a fun story of someone who wasn't my friend but who I used to run track with. He thought it would be hilarious to put a pebble inside a piece of gum and throw it out the window of the bus on the way to a track meet. Thought it would just stick to the windshield and be a nuisance. Ended up shattering part of the windshield because we are in a bus going mf 55 miles per hour. Person followed the bus all the way to the track meet. Cops came. Kid was banned from track, not sure if he was banned from the bus though.
When I was 12, my favorite thing to do was play laser tag at the one laser tag place in our town. I'd go every Friday night and play for 3 hours or so. There weren't many other regular players, so nobody else was getting better at it like I was. After about a year I was just wrecking everyone, and the owner ended up banning me from the place because it was driving away customers. It really sucked because it was favorite activity, and I was just immediately cut off from it. 6 years later I found a place in another city that had other players that played regularly, so I was able to start playing again with people at similar skill levels.
This is how I got banned from Chuck E. Cheese. I figured out that I could take a ball from the game where you shoot the clown's teeth and use it at the skee-ball machine. The skee-ball machine would count the points but not the ball used, which enabled me to play forever with just one ball and max out the machine. I did it on 2 skee-ball machines before someone noticed and I got banned / kicked out.
I got mistaken for somebody else whilst on holiday a few years back. I popped into a local shop to grab a sandwich and drink, and a staff member forcefully marched over to me and yelled, "You're not allowed in here." I've told you before, as she grabbed my sandwich and bottle of water from me and put them back. I of course tried to protest and explained that I had never been in there before and was a visitor to the area, but she gestured for the security guard to come over to escort me out and stood watching us from a distance with her arms folded and a smug look on her face, occasionally shouting, "If she doesn't go, I'm calling the police." Thankfully the security guard was a little more understanding about the situation and happily looked at my driving license, which proved I lived in a different area. I offered to show it, but said perhaps it would be best if you didn't come in here again.
Taking pictures of produce and price signs at a small grocery store while shopping. I was just trying to keep track of which stores had which food at cheaper prices so I could plan my shopping trips.
My longtime barber had oozing pink eye and I nearly told him I'd come back the next week. He told me not to come back at all.
I drunkenly stumbled into the big pyramid of wine glasses that were, for some reason, stacked on the side of the bar. After they all fell and smashed everywhere, causing a huge scene, I proceeded to tell the bartender that it wasn't me. 2 seconds later, I was in a headlock being dragged outside by a large bouncer.
I was banned from the library as a kid. Overdue fees, they let you go up to $70 before canceling your card. I was an avid reader and my mom hated taking me to the library, always said she would, and then changed her mind last minute. It was a 6-mile walk round trip, so I would take a wheeled suitcase and get around 25 at a time. The fees added up fast. LOL, I resorted to stealing books and returning them, and I'm pretty sure some of the librarians just turned a blind eye. They forgive the debt when you turn 18.
Back in the late 1980s, I was in the Florida Keys with a group of friends. I got drunk and went to bed, and some of the guys went out bar hopping. The next morning, a deputy sheriff showed up at the place we were renting, told us to pack our things, and he would escort us to the county line, and we were not to come back. So not only did I get banned from an entire Florida county, I never did get a straight story about what the guys who were at the bar did to get us banned.
Feeding the seagulls. We ruined the entire upper deck's dining experience with a few French fries. Dozens, maybe 100 swarmed. It was like a scene from The Birds. People had to evacuate.
Banned from the college cafeteria for taking in a digital food safety thermometer and a copy of the state health department temperature ranges. They were consistently 20 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit low, and food poisoning was a common problem.
Got banned from a local Kmart about 25 years ago for figuring out that if you just slapped the handle on the old twist-turn candy dispensers that took a quarter, it would just give you free candy. Yeah, they call that stealing. Took my photo and everything. Edit, for the record, I did in fact know it was wrong and don't dispute on a technicality it was stealing, winky face. It actually taught me a good lesson, honestly. Still though, I was just a kid and being walked into the security office for my photo was terrific, thumbs up.
I tried to pay my cover entry fee to a bar one time with $2 bills, and instead of taking my money the bouncer told me to leave in a not super polite manner.
I got banned from the local orthodontist because during an appointment my mom asked the doctor why her degree was from the US, we live in France. She was genuinely curious and just wanted to talk, but for some reason the doctor took it really badly. He insulted my mom, while I had the cheek retractor in my mouth and left the room. Fortunately, it was my penultimate appointment, and on the last one he was really aggressive, and told us to never come back and go see someone else for my siblings.
I was banned from Kmart. A friend and I went to the local one and took one of those air duster can things and froze bouncy balls with it. If you tip it upside down and spray it, a super cold liquid comes out. Cold enough to freeze things and even cold burn you. We froze bouncy balls and shattered them. On the ground. We did it to 2 of them. We were both banned. We were also 17 at the time. We were idiots.
My family has been banned from a local Marco's Pizza for years because of my mom. She used to have some anger issues and also really loves garlic butter. When the Marcos forgot to include the garlic butter with the order, she called and asked them to deliver the single cup of garlic butter to our house. The Marcos reasonably said they can't do that, but she could come get it. She stormed over there with our pizza and proceeded to smear the whole thing on their windows and counters. Haven't had Marcos since.
I used to work at a sushi restaurant. I got banned because I told the manager that some of the food smelled like it was expired and maybe we should throw it out. Next thing I know, she's giving me my check and kicking me out. Edit, for legal reasons, I can't say the name, but I will say that it's in the San Fernando Valley. They have 2 locations, one in Encino and one in Tarzana. Their name has 3 words. Edit 2, Cho Cho San.
Went to a bar that had newly opened with friends. Ordered some drinks, cocktails, etc. They took forever to make it, and after an hour we still didn't have all the ordered drinks, and some of the ones we did get were wrong. So we wanted to leave and requested the bill. They gave us the full bill, like they wanted us to pay even for the things we never got simply because we ordered them. And of course they expected a generous tip. We argued we would not pay for drinks we never got. They called us liars and assholes, threatened to call the police, and that from now on we were banned from that establishment. We told him we didn't mind and to go ahead and call the police. When he went into his bureau to call, we quickly calculated what we owed, slapped the money on the table, and got the hell out of there. They went out of business after like half a year, and had to sell the bar. The new owner is okay.
I got banned from a friend's church when I was a kid. They had basketball on Tuesdays, and the guy in charge kept slapping all the kids on the ass. I told him not to touch me again, so this creepy MF doubled down and this time and literally slid his hand between my legs until he hit my balls. So I told him if he touches me again, I'm stabbing him in the fucking neck. So they called the cops and told me if I ever come back, I'm getting arrested. P.S. They didn't give a fuck that I was just sexually assaulted by an adult. My friend went back years later and he was still playing grab ass.
Honest Yelp review of a shitty cupcake shop, that the owner violated numerous health codes, and so I reported her. Mice droppings on floor, counters. Owner smoked in doorway and someone showed images of ash on icing. Plus smoke sticks to food and complains of smoke taste, and reviews were always removed. When a greedy slob tries to make money selling cupcakes, you can just tell.
Just in case you think you have the trashiest family, I'll make you feel better. My family is banned from an Applebee's in Syracuse, New York. Coming home from a game, my drunk dad started a verbal fight with the manager because he sat a table before us, swearing that we were there first. We weren't, but drunk dad was not having any of it. Every time that Applebee's on a Date Night song comes on, everybody looks at him and we laugh, and he says he regrets nothing and stood up for what was right.
Banned from a Costco when they had free samples. This woman took 8 slices of cheesecake when there was a lineup of like 7 of US, so I tipped her plate over. They got why I did it, but still I had to go for 6 months.
They probably don't remember, but I'm technically not allowed back in the Foggy Goggle in Boston. My friends and I did mind erasers, sweet booze with a straw that one drinks quickly, and decided that the entire bar needed to hear "I Believe in a Thing Called Love" sung at full voice. The staff did _not_agree. We were escorted out shortly after the song ended and asked to not return.
A bar owner of a dangerous dive bar where I live got super drunk and enlisted the help of 10 regulars to beat the shit out of one of my friends. He was hospitalized, and then they double charged me before we left, and then I was banned. It's been years, and to this day we still don't know what started it. Somebody gets jumped behind the bar nearly every single night, so it was only a matter of time. I talked it over with my police officer buddy, and they sent officers to request the recording of the parking lot from that night. The tapes were missing, and we were shit out of luck.
When I went to an all-you-can-eat Japanese food restaurant, and, as I don't like raw Japanese food, I ate 5 dishes of grilled salmon. When I asked for the 6th dish, they kindly asked me to leave. LOL.
My parents got banned from our local Jason's Deli when I was a kid. Every Tuesday was kids eat free night, and they would bring every kid in my neighborhood, about 10 kids. Hell, they weren't paying for them, so they figured they might as well bring all of our friends too. So imagine 13 kids eating free and 2 parents eating the salad bar. They went every Tuesday, whitey, all the kids, and after a few years they said we weren't allowed anymore. Then a few months later they changed it to 1 free kid per adult meal on Tuesdays. It was awesome though. We also had a movie theater that showed old movies that was 50 cents per person on Tuesdays. We went on a lot of dinner and movie dates as kids. Beaming face with smiling eyes.
I got banned from Walmart probably 22 years ago for grabbing one of the microphones and broadcasting over the store that it was closing in 10 minutes, and the dogs will be released shortly after. The security guard told me that it was hilarious, but I'm not welcome back. LOL. Edit. Holy crap, thanks for the silver/awards all, smiley face.
Me and my buddies used to pool our cash together when we were kids to queue up Hey Ya as many times as we could on as many jukeboxes as we could find. We got kicked out of a lot of bars/billiard halls/diners this way. We never got sick of it. I guess we have a Hey Ya immunity. If it comes on, we still absolutely lose our minds dancing to it.